let's put a scenario there. All right, let's say like I came back from the future, right? 50 years from now. Wait, how old are we? Okay.
Oh God.
50 years sounds pretty good.
Damn.
Okay, 50 years from now, and then I'll tell you. So Felicia, I came back from the future 50 years from now. And just don't take this in a bad way, but like,
we're not putting this into the universe.
Yeah, but it's like you never I guess blew up. What would you do? Would you stop?
I don't think I'd stop.
Like, it's like
I wouldn't stop because I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
For myself. And that's kind of how it was with music for me. Like, I enjoyed playing the violin.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for myself. But the minute my family started pressuring me and like was developing their own path and journey to my music career, I was like, I became uninterested.
And I think a big part of that too is like this would be a good topic too, like an Asian culture and how they view the arts. Especially a lot of like parents and stuff like that, but we can talk about that some other time. But I don't know, it's like I don't think I would stop doing it.
For the record, I am gonna blow up.
Me too. It's like,
even if it's just my head.
Even if my future me comes back and be like, dude, you never made it, and I would be like, I don't believe you.
I mean, like, there's many different timelines.
It's like, I don't believe you. You're a liar.
You came back from the wrong one.
Exactly. Like the multiverse is wild.
I think what I also think of too is it's not just about. I don't want to say it's the delusional part, but I think it's just making sure that even as you're doing it every day because it's something you love to do, that you're also not complacent, like you're not stagnant, right? Like you're still continuing to improve and improve and improve and improve.
Yeah, and I think the point is like you should always be progressing, even if it's so incremental.
Right.
You should be getting better with whatever art you're working on. And you just pretty much just cross your finger and see what happens. But then when you really look at it, if you get to do what you want every day, that's already the success. Like, I think like when we talk about success, we're putting a number into it.
Yeah. Like a financial or a situation.
Yeah, so like financially you put a number into it, or like a bunch of followers, or like how popular you are.
Yeah.
That's not really the measure of success. At least like that's how you shouldn't look at it that way.
Right.
Like, you get to do the art that you want. Like, there's a bunch of artists that never made it, but then, you know, they're so happy with just like doing their thing at home or like painting, or it doesn't matter.
Pure enjoyment.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole point of this whole thing, is just kind of enjoy your art instead of just
in whatever capacity that is.
Yeah, instead of having these expectations that you're gonna blow up.
Right.
I mean, obviously everybody wants to do that, because I think part of it too is because they don't want to do the other things that comes with it. Like, 'cause for us, we still have to have a regular job.
Right.
Instead of just like doing that full time, you know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why we have this a little pressure. If I'm not doing it full time, I'm not successful.
Right. Am I good?
Yeah. But then it's like,
that's true. Because I actually had that conversation with Anthony last week.
Yeah.
It was interesting because what we were discussing last week kind of tied into a conversation I had with him at home. And I'm not about to put our business out or anything, but it was just so interesting how it all connected. But it really was kind of going over like that success and essentially believing in what you've done or what you've put into your idea, right? And for us, it was the studio, and I completely 100% consider like Masterpiece Studio, like his child, like it's his baby. He created that, you know, and I've just been there to like be his partner and support. But it was so interesting because even though he like birthed that idea, it's like he forgot that he did that and that he's helped it grow to where it is today.
Because you guys, when you guys think about your studio, do you feel like this is a success, or is this just like a step forward to whatever the bigger picture is?
I would definitely say it's a step forward, but I also think that in where we are in present time, it's still success, if that makes sense. Right? It's
success at this very moment.
Yeah, it's like it's not the ultimate success, right? Or where we want to be with whatever, with clientele or what, you know, who rents and stuff like that. But I think it's both part. Like it's a step forward, absolutely, but we do need to, especially him, need to acknowledge the success. Yeah. Because we're about to come up on 5 years. We came from a tiny studio, moved around, and now we have an entire suite of rooms.
Yeah, because if you think about it, there is a progression there. You started in a smaller room, and then you got into a bigger room, and then now you got into a bigger room. Right. So there is progress, even if this is not the final form. But then even when you get there, the idea in your head, right? Like this is the final form. Right. But then there's always going to be the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no like, this is it. Like I've made it. Right. And I think that's the thing, is like we're constantly chasing that thing.
The next thing.
Yeah. Even like when we talked about it last week too, like, about my DJing from my bedroom to the first show. Right. To being in a festival, and then like for me, like what's the next thing? Oh, like I wanted it to be on the next tier of artists. Right. And then the next tier after that, it's just like what's the end goal? Like I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I think just by nature you're always going to want to think that there's got to be more than just where you're at. But I think that's the other part to having an idea and watching your idea come to fruition, is also acknowledging at the same time that you're doing this. Yeah. You know, so it's like you had enough belief in yourself to start the idea, but you have to keep that motivation. Like you have to continuously believe that you can do that. You can create new music, or you can create, you know, new photos, or build your business and grow, you know, like there's so many different points where you have to like reintroduce that thought of belief over and over.
Yeah. And because I think, so this is I just thought about it right now. When I first started the podcast like 5 years ago, I think now, I started in my bedroom. And that was the thing, like, oh, all I needed to do was buy the equipment and then start doing it. Right. And that was the level 1 at the time. And that was at like, I would hit, I guess if I look back at it now, like that was like the top level I could finally like reach. Right. Like I just need to do this, and then like I'm there. But then when you get there, you're already at the bottom of that stair. And then you get to the next level. It's just like you're always at the, I don't want you to like look at it in a bad way, but like you're always at the bottom of the next level. Right. Like every time you hit a next level, you're always at the level 1 of that next level. Yeah. Which is like, now that I've got this space where I can like I'm not doing it in my bedroom anymore. But then I'm already thinking about like, oh, like what if I have a bigger space? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, if everything has like, it goes to the next level. What if I have like 3 cameras, or like, you know what I mean? Like I'm already, what if I have like editors,
don't
or
get
like
my side angle?
Yeah, like what if I have all these things? So like I'm already thinking in my head like, all right, what's after? Because I'm already at like the peak of the current level. Right. So now I'm like, all right, so what's now I have this space, like what's after?
Yeah.